What lies beneath your feet? Sacred grounds, watered with tears of blood. Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Shall we begin?
On a cold winter morning, in the time before the light, in flames of death's eternal rain, we ride towards the fight. When the darkness is falling down, and the times are tough or right, the sound of evil laughter falls around the world tonight. Fighting hard, fighting on for the steel, through the wastelands evermore. The scattered souls will feel the hell that's wasted on the shore. On the blackest waves in hell's domain, we watch them as they go. In fire pain, now once again we run. So now we fly, yeah, we're free. We're free before the thunderstorm. On towards the wilderness, our quest carries on. Far beyond the sundown, far beyond the moonlight. Deep inside our hearts and all our souls. So far away, we wait for the day, yeah. For the night's all so wasted and gone. We feel the pain of a lifetime lost in 1,000 days. Through the fire and the flames we carry on. Now here we stand with that blood on our hands. We fought so hard, now can we understand? Now break the seal of this curse if I possibly can. For freedom of every man.
This is where we hold them.
So far away, we wait for the day, yeah. For the night's all so wasted and gone. We feel the pain of a lifetime lost in 1,000 days. Through the fire and the flames we carry on.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
I hope you're all doing well.
Thank you, Ryan. No, please open it up. Talk to the chat for us, buddy.
Well, hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well, and welcome to the latest episode of Rogue Entertainment with your host, the author Stephen Walton, also known as Ladonis Dragonstorm. Joining us tonight or today, or this evening, depending on where you are. We are joined by the main producer of Rogue Entertainment, Bad Take Tina Bojan herself, and a fine guest in Deej Odyssey. I hope you're all doing well. I'm also a guest. My name is Ryan Rogerathe. I am the host and founder of Reality Based. So, yeah, there's your intro.
Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. Yeah, good job. You're gonna do that. That's your job every week now. You're the announcer.
That's because Steven's signal is bloopering. He's homeless. He's out on the street. You can hear cars go past. For me, my primary signal is now fixed. I use the secondary signal for reality-based Extreme Episode 8 with Telepathic Bunny Comics as a guest.
Wait a
and
minute.
It all went good.
Are you sure that's cars going by and not leaves in the tree just blowing in the breeze?
Oh, yeah, yeah. The trees dealing with the pagan man.
No, Deej. No. That's not what's happening.
Okay,
hi.
just checking.
Hail the chat. What's going on, Keely Chow? Thank you so much for being here. Zombie Box Reviews in the house. What's up, dude? You're gonna come on? Just click the link in the Rogue chat, man. You're always welcome to come on in. Yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Yes, I'm sorry, Keely. I can't even talk. Yes, Keely, I was demonetized. Got to get my watch hours up before I can try and remonetize the channel. There's Slender Dad, one of the panelists on the Wednesday show over on Sporka News Podcast, Wednesday Dump. Good to see you, man. If you're able to stop in, come on through. And there's CJH Entertainment. Hail the fourth wave. What's going on, dude? And my friend for the longest time, guys. Please check out CJH's channel. And our managing moderator, Papa Cotton, takes no shit. What's going on, dude? Good to see you. And thank you so much for being here, guys. Yeah. So Tina, what's going on with you, sweetie? What you been up to?
Oh, haven't been doing much. I'm a little stuffed up from the lovely change of weather in the Chicagoland area. We go for 3 or 4 days of 95, then we drop down to 3 or 4 days of 65 and
Damn.
bounce back and forth. And yeah, that along with the beginning of everything dying outside for fall, my allergies are at an all-time high. So loving that. But I did spend about a couple hours laying on the floor in my bedroom while my cockatoo, who recently got his wings clipped, was able to run around. He very much enjoys having the run of the house since we have his wings clipped and we no longer have any dogs. So he gets to be like the main man.
Jeez.
And yeah,
Nice.
he's pretty cool. Yeah,
You
he's
cut off his wings.
Well, you have to. You really should, especially when you have a large bird like that, because not only do you want them to not get out of the house, but
I don't want to be Tina's pet, folks. I don't want anything cut off of me.
Well, I mean, we trim the feathers. They're totally fine. You actually have to keep doing it just like you would trim nails. And yeah, keep doing it so he doesn't fly into ceiling fans or on top of halogen lamps and things that would be very dangerous for him.
That's called
And
Darwin.
the funny thing is, though, they've learned that they almost forget that they can fly. So even when his wings are long, he never takes off. Or
I hope
feathers.
that bird. I just hope that bird dances all over your laptop now.
Help
Wind you up. You took
All-
my
all I
wings.
All I can say is help control the Ryan population. Have your Ryan spayed or neutered.
Oh, too
That's
funny.
a damn
too
shame,
funny.
Deej. By the way, chat, we'd like to mention that if we get Ryan to 10K, he's gonna put his he's gonna do a live stream in pigtails. So we're looking forward to that.
And shirtless.
And shirtless. Oh, it's and I'm sorry, I missed
No.
that part. Yes. So we're looking forward to that live stream, guys. Let's get him to let's get him up there at 10K, so we can get this done. And we still have to get Scott. We still have to get Scott to grow out the Picard at 10K. So we're all trying to catch up to culture.
No,
that's the mission.
Not all of us.
That's why I dress up as him.
I am so trying to catch up to culture, and I'm trying to make it a. I'm trying to, make it a race between Scott and I and anybody else who wants to join in the fun. Deej, you don't want to hit 10,000? You don't want 10,000 subs?
Hell no.
No. He doesn't want 1,000 African Americans going after him.
I will say how to spread his racism if he's not.
I did not say that. I did not say that.
Would you like some Kool-Aid?
Only if it's lemon lime, damn it, lemon lime.
Grape drink, Ryan. All right, if you're gonna say it right. Okay.
Here's a banana pie as a peace offering.
Jeez, Ryan, just get me attacked more. Damn.
Don't worry, folks. I'm not white. I'm Chinese and Jewish. You cannot touch me. I have more minority privilege than anyone else.
Deej is very racist. He gets anyone who is not pink. If it's not pink, then he's against it. All right,
Let me hold my breath then.
Why? That's why Shran's my favorite character on Star Trek, because he always talks about the pink skins.
Right. How you doing, DJ? What's going on with you, brother?
I kind of caught that little thing that's going around. I kind of feel, but I've slept most of the day, so no. Oh. You know that thing that kind of gets you all congested and feels like a flu.
Oh.
Succubus?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, you have that thing? Are you going to get a shot? Are you going to go?
Hell no, I ain't getting it.
No boosters.
And I refuse to go in to get. I had the ex with a home test do it for me because I refuse to go in there and let them count me as one of their freaking numbers so they can fearmonger.
The question is, Deej, are you going to get shot or are you going to get shot? One way or another.
There was a thumbnail out there recently in the last week that was shooting a bullet at me. So,
oh my!
Are you kidding? There was?
No, I'm not kidding.
Now, is this all the same individual, or do you now have multiple followers?
This is the same individual, but he's got his little group of lackeys that.
This is why you don't give them rights.
Listen, I was not going to go there, but
their proclivity to violence is very dangerous. And I say this as a Chinese member of the Jewish community. Look at the eyes, look at the nose, the hair, it all matches. I have more minority privilege.
Deej, you should seriously respond, under the radar with a picture of Gallagher smashing a watermelon. Something that
damn
really wouldn't, that might trigger someone looking for a reason,
Might trigger a gun.
What's up, Roman? How you doing, dude? Another great YouTuber in the community, guys. We are joking, of course, except for Ryan, about this because DJ's come under assault for pointing out, facts.
You can't.
And now he's a racist bigot. Like most of us are racist bigots if you don't like Star Wars or Star Trek.
Well, most people can't get the idea of a joke when they have a sub 80 IQ.
And I would agree with that. Phil TMAT, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Great person in this community. Thank God you're still in the chat. No, he says so. Steven has an Chinese English dude, a beautiful lady, and whatever DJ is on the panel, so he can be untouchable by the SJWs.
Yep.
Except for me. I am my name is Stephen John Walton. That's my full name. When I put out the Phantom Menace Volume 1, I remember somebody took a screenshot of it and said, "Is this dude's name really Stephen John Walton, or this is some 5th level trolling?" I said, "Yeah, it just might be." Phil also says, "If I ever get to 1K, I'll consider giving ketchup on pizza a rest. Once I hit the 10K, I will definitely give it up." All right, well, we need to make that happen because ketchup does not belong on pizza. There's nothing.
Pineapple does.
No, it doesn't, Deej. No,
That's
hold on.
True.
We're not going from one bastardization to another.
You guys can afford pizza?
Yeah.
My God.
Not really, but we can.
You're not poor enough. More Biden inflation now.
A small pizza, a very small personal pizza I can afford.
Well, I went to the local market by us, and they want $7.99 for a 2-liter bottle of soda pop. So,
What?
It's £1 for me.
I know. Well, it would usually, now granted, this has been a few years, but it would usually go on sale for like $1.29 a 2-liter. And then the regular price is usually somewhere between $1.59 and $1.99. And I honestly am very spoiled. My husband does most of the grocery shopping, or he orders it so that it's delivered. Either that or my boys run to the store for me. So this is one of the first times I'd gone into a grocery store by myself, and I was appalled. I know, isn't it great how well I have them trained? It's awesome.
That's why you don't give them rights, folks.
But seriously, Ryan, what you do is that you have a propensity to very, very much enjoy, higher education, and you start going for your first master's degree as you're pregnant with your first child, and then you continue that until you're pregnant with your second child, and then you keep going to school after that, and your husband takes care of these newborns and toddlers while you're in school. So it's kind of like the waitress who works so that her husband can go to law school. Well, in this case, my husband took care of the children so that I could go to grad school. So now so at 2 master's degrees and 1 master's certificate later, we live comfortably and are able to help our sons pay for their college education and still have paid off the house. So we consider ourselves very lucky. And I also have boys that have been washing their own clothes since they were 12 years old. They've all learned how to cook. They know how to clean house. They are very, very well. So some man or woman in the future will be very lucky to have one of them. So
no wonder America's collapsing.
The funny thing The funny thing about the ones that are hating on me right now is their idea of higher education is sitting on stream smoking a blunt.
Oh,
Without a father.
bad.
God damn, Ryan.
Ryan, you just have to take it one step further to get me in trouble, don't you?
Because for some reason, someone who looks half Chinese and half Jewish doesn't get any controversy because they're very powerful communities amongst the establishment.
You're a unicorn, just like Tina, Ryan. You're a unicorn, brother. Thank you guys so much. Roman, we got to have you come up on the panel sometime, dude.
Great guy.
Great guy. Please make sure to subscribe. If the mods out there could share a link to Roman's channel or any other YouTuber in the chat, greatly appreciate that. We support independent creators around here. That's what we've always done. That's what we'll always do. Speaking of Deej getting shot by blood smokers, if he was in New Mexico, you might be safe. You might be safe from that, sir.
That's true, because they went full on nutsoid out there.
Well,
Exactly.
yeah. Darren, like my father before me, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Hail, dude. Hail from my brother across the pond. Good to see you, man. Dude, I gotta ask you, Darren, do you claim Ryan as one of your own, or like is he like in his own box? I'm just wondering. Thank you. What's up, Zach? It's good to see you. Hail to you and all the wonderful people over there at your lunch table. And send out hello to Abomination, AJ, Flaccid Phoenix, Mags, Lady Bellfire, and all the other wonderful people that hang out over there.
Great people.
So, what do we got, Tina? What's this?
Well, we have an old story that I thought would be a great lead-in to the story about the catastrophe that is the New Mexico governor. So here, so back in 2016, we had a very, very intelligent 11-year-old boy from Talladega, Alabama, spoke about his experience when a thief came on his property. So the young man, Chris, said that a man appeared on the stairwell, but when confronted, he ran back up the stairs. When the man reappeared moments later, the boy told WBTM TV the individual was holding a gun. When he was coming down the stairs, that's when he told me he was going to kill me. Expletive, you, and all that. So what did he do? Instead of running, Chris told the station he upgraded his weaponry, picking up a 9mm handgun that was in the home. Chris said he threatened to kill the man and ordered him to get out of his house. So I guess when I pulled the gun on him, he didn't think it was a real gun because he didn't worry about it. Chris told the station he just kept walking. Not only was Chris holding a real gun, the boy knew how to use it, as he should. His stepfather had been giving him shooting lessons, he told the news station. And once the man made it outside, Chris fired a warning shot. The man, who was carrying a stolen laundry hamper, began running. Chris emptied the magazine, firing off 12 shots by the time the intruder neared the fence on the family's front yard. The 11-year-old told the station. The final shot hit the man in the leg as he was hopping the fence. I shot through the hamper he was carrying. It was a full metal jacket bullet. It went straight through the back of his leg. He started crying like a baby. The man was taken to the local hospital with injuries that were non-life threatening. Talladega police are investigating the incident, but have not identified the suspect.
You know, if you go back 100 years, this story wouldn't be shocking. I don't think. You know,
no.
Children knew, or young men knew how to defend their home. And I like, dude. He's crying like a baby. After he shot that first one off, little Chris was like, "Oh, this feels good," and he just kept going. He emptied the whole clip.
Well, I'd like to know who the offender in question was, because as Stephen said, 100 years ago, this wouldn't be a problem in the United States because America was a different nation or union in 1923. A lot of different policies. But yeah, it's good to see that a young man is defending his life, his liberty, and his pursuit of happiness as he seeks to clear an infestation of globalism and diversity from his home.
Yep, it was pretty shame. They don't talk too much about the suspect himself.
I
but
wonder why.
They reminded everyone that back in 2006 that a law was passed to permit the use of deadly force against an aggressor if they are about to use deadly force toward you. Seems like the case here. Was a burglar about to use physical force? Same thing here. Engaged in kidnapping, assault, robbery, or rape applies
Mm.
here. Unlawfully and forcefully entering a home or a car works there too. The only
Mm.
thing is the kid wasn't living in a nuclear power plant, but
Well, you
he
don't
pretty
know
much
that. If
took.
he can use a gun at age 11, he could have his own fusion or fission reactor.
That is absolutely the case.
Mm.
But so
I mean,
we bring
that's
this up to tell everybody, hey, there are instances where you need to take
Mm.
care of yourself, right?
I mean,
Except we
the
have.
the
Oh, go ahead.
adverts. I'd just like to interject a
Oh,
moment,
sure, sure.
Gina. The adverts. Oh, they just changed. But if you have an
Of course.
eagle eye, the previous adverts really highlight the situation. You know, clothing, because the suspect was stealing clothing. The bullets, which the kid was using to defend his life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and the kind of people
Wait.
wearing those clothes were
What was he?
probably the subject or
Was he
suspect.
stealing clothes, or was he just coming over to do his laundry?
Oh,
that's a good
Mm.
That's a
question.
good point.
And how
Yeah.
fast could he run with his pants down around his ass? Maybe he was looking for
Mm.
a belt. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you
maybe a
go. So
black
he
belt.
probably not, because he probably would have attacked the
Maybe a
kid.
brown belt. You never know.
Was that? I guess the reason was that suspect able to attend a blunt smoking stream later on where they called DJ a racist. I need to know.
They might have.
Okay, I'm just wondering.
Well, the truth is reality based, folks. Just check the crime statistics.
I'm sorry,
Exactly.
No,
Tina. You were
can't-
leading into.
You can't use statistics. That's racist now.
Ah, so
Exactly.
being
That's
reality
the
based is racist. Good.
Stop
You
being a
can't-
Gallagher, Deej.
Please continue.
I need my
Tina.
sledge-o-matic.
Please
Well, we
continue.
bring up
Tina.
this story to remind folks about the fact that there are instances in which you need to protect yourself.
Mhm.
So, but not so, according to the New Mexico governor, who has basically for 30 days decided to, put the First and Second Amendment kind of on a shelf for a little bit. Well,
Mhm.
because they have a supposed disaster within their state because a 9-year-old was shot and killed in a gun incident. So she's
Mhm.
like, well, it's more important for us to protect our children. Well, the other story just told us that no,
Mhm.
it is more important for our children to be able to protect themselves.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
thankfully, New Mexico officials have called for the governor's impeachment after the firearms
Yeah.
restriction.
I mean, think of it this way, folks. The headline: Karen forces New Mexico to join Mexico.
Yeah, that
Essentially.
pretty much sums it up.
Go ahead.
Because,
Can we
if
give
you haven't,
California back?
No.
that would be wonderful. Actually, I think what we should do is we should give California, New Mexico, Arizona, just throw them all down. Just say, hey, listen, get a 3-for-1 deal. Just
Don't
There's
forget,
no
pay
doubt
it.
would
don't
not like
forget
that,
Washington and
Tina.
Oregon.
Oh, that's true. You're right. We should do that. And then this way, there's a path for all of the migrants to then follow all the way up into Canada, and they don't
Into
even need to
Canada,
stop in
Mr.
the United
Tickletrunk
States.
would love that. We could ship them all in his direction.
Then
Absolutely.
Idaho would declare war on Mexico because they want all that territory for themselves. The kingdom of tacos versus the kingdom of potatoes. The potato taco war.
What's up, Adaga? Good to see you, brother. How you doing, Doc?
But if you haven't heard about the New Mexico governor, on Friday, she issued an emergency order suspending the right to carry firearms in public across Albuquerque and the surrounding county for at least 30 days amid a spate of gun violence. So basically, you can continue to have your gun. You just can't. And
Sure.
you can have your gun at home and you can have it at a gun range. You just can't leave your home with it and travel to said gun range or anywhere else.
Yeah.
You
So
can't
this
No,
only
that
carry
is the-
applies
concealed-
to people, right? Not the authorities.
This
Well, not
Right,
people.
absolutely.
this is the first step, I think, in creating a mandate where you just get rid of guns. Because if you say, okay, we're going to suspend your ability to take them outside or to use your firearm for this reason, then the state would take advantage of that in the future if they could and just create more mandates until eventually they said, we don't need guns. I think that
I've actually thought of a sort of a compromise. This ruling should apply not only to the people but to corporations and the government. Apply it equally and fairly amongst the entire population, not just to a certain section, which is the people.
Yeah, because this woman still has her security that's armed running around with her all over. We don't care.
Private corporate security paid for by the American taxpayers for the state of New Mexico. It's sort of the worst case scenario. The government is paying corporations to protect their politicians instead of the government hiring people to within their own security firm, state owned, to do it. It's the worst of both worlds. Yes.
And Zombie Box, that's untrue. All you got to do is get to the Winchester. There is a rifle above the bar there at the Winchester. Go have you a drink, and dogs can look up.
Well put, Papa. You're right. Laws are only for people who follow them.
Absolutely.
Sir.
Please continue, Tina.
Oh, sure. So it was kind of interesting that the previous story was about an 11-year-old boy because the governor felt compelled to act in response to gun deaths, including the fatal shooting of an 11-year-old boy outside a minor league baseball stadium this week. The firearm suspension is tied to a threshold for violent crime rates that only the Albuquerque area currently meets. Police and licensed security guards are exempt from the temporary ban. Violators could face, Violators could face civil penalties and a fine up to $5,000, said a spokesperson for the governor. Under the order, people with concealed carry permits are still allowed to transport the guns to some private locations, such as a gun range or a gun store, provided that the firearm has a trigger lock or some other container or mechanism that makes it impossible to discharge. Now, this is absolutely ridiculous. If you can legally own a gun in New Mexico, now you can't even carry it to another location, only if you have concealed carry permit, which is ridiculous.
You know what to do, America. The infestation is there. How do you clear it? That's up to you to decide.
Get rid of California. I think that if we fenced it off, if we just pushed it off into the sea, give it back to Mexico, then I think a lot of these problems would be solved.
That would be illegal, and then they would tear the thing down like they did in Texas. They made a border out of shipping containers. Federal government made it clear, can't do that, take it down, and they took it down. So when government fails to protect the people must protect themselves by any and all means necessary, and hopefully the fine folks of New Mexico protect their lives, liberties, and their pursuits of happiness from this Karen tyrant bitch who wants to turn New Mexico into Mexico. Folks, you outnumber them. Remember that.
And do it while we're still unchanged. You still have your pronouns secure, all right? And your kids still have testicles, all right? While you're still balls in the family. Do it now. They're trying to take them.
Absolutely disgusting. So the lovely governor acknowledged that not all law enforcement officials were on board with her decision. I welcome the debate and fight about how to make New Mexicans safer, she said at the news conference, flanked by leading law enforcement officials, including the district attorney for the Albuquerque area. The Bernalillo County Sheriff, John Allen, said in a statement late Friday that he has reservations about the order, but is ready to cooperate to tackle gun violence. Well, that sheriff will not be reelected. I will guarantee you that.
Oh, wait, they're elected. Oh.
In some places, sheriffs are elected. Yeah.
Oh.
Wouldn't education about firearms do more? In my opinion, look at the story that we just talked about with Chris. 11-year-old, protected his home, was familiar with the firearm, was educated in how to use it. Was taught how to use it, when to use it. Didn't kill the guy. Dude, she shot off 12 shots and only hit him once. You could say he missed a lot, or you could say he was only trying to wound.
Must be Italian. Keeps missing. Keeps missing a damn shot.
But no, honestly, I think wouldn't education do more?
Well, that's their foot in the door, Stephen. If we did have, or you rather, because I am not American, but if Americans had a national firearm education program that would be the progressives' foot in the door to educate the American people, especially the American youth, why firearms are bad and why the Second Amendment is, at best, an edifice of a decadent past, or at worst, downright evil that you should pay reparations for. So education. I think we do need education, both in the UK and the US, in regards to firearms, but I don't think it should be state mandated. It should be of the people, by the people, for the people.
Well said. Well said.
Absolutely.
Okay, Tina.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
So basically, in the rest of the article, the sheriff talks about, understanding the urgency of the temporary ban, but does not want to put police officers, or his deputies in this case, in positions that they're going to be in conflict with the citizens that aren't going to want to disarm, or might react violently to be given a $5,000 fine for
Yeah.
doing their
Yeah. When you
civic
were in
duty.
charge of the human shields, you really don't like it when your political masters tell you to do something that they know people will not like. And it's good to see that Stephen is living in some kind of homeless tent.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Zax, what are you talking about? No, that's not what I meant at all. Why you don't take my words and twist them like that? Enough of that crap goes on around here. Okay?
Yeah. Stephen needs to go, Zax, and you'll get this reference, to a maid camp. He will do very well, surrounded by maids, having the time of his life. Stephen must go to maid camp. It will be the best experience ever, Stephen. You will live a great life for
What
the
kind of maid?
rest
Are you
of
talking
your
about
life.
like hot maids? Like
Yes, maid
Oh, yeah.
camp, surrounded by beautiful women for the
Yeah.
rest of your life until the end of your life. They're doing that in Canada now, and people are loving it. More people are going to maid camp than ever before. And if you can, Stephen, type in maid Canada, and you'll find out exactly what I'm talking about. It's great. You should go there.
It sounds hot. Actually,
Yeah.
Are they toxic?
No, they're great. They're great.
Yeah,
They
really?
give you the time of your life until the end of your life.
Yep.
You can tell he's a fucking American, can't you?
I just typed it. I just looked, and no, I'm not. No, I'm not going. Hell
Yeah,
no.
let's say it has something to do with the words medically assisted dying.
Oh no.
Surrounded by beautiful women.
Yeah, I could do that on my own. All right, give me 2 more relationships. I'm done. All right.
How you doing, brightest day?
What's up, brightest day? He's almost at 1,000 subs, isn't he? His channel. I was just seeing that on Twitter. Can we get a mod to share a link out for his channel? Zach, good for you, dude. You're gonna hit 1K before you know it. Glad to see you're having success, brother. You deserve it. Hail to you, brother.
You know what's scary though with that? What Rogers just brought up. That was kind of like a scene from Soylent Green, where you went in, you had people surround you, you got to watch all this lovely stuff on the TV, and then and then you became food.
No, I've never seen that, Deej.
Need
I
to
should
watch
check it
Soylent
out.
Green.
No, I recently had some dinner before this show started, in between my show ending and this show starting. It was a big while catching it. The fatter ones are easier to catch, but it really did fill me up. But please continue, Tina.
Of course, the governor lists all the poor children that were victims of violent crime, which I can completely appreciate. Living very close to Chicago, we had easily have a couple to 4 dozen shootings in a weekend alone. However, the interesting thing the Republican state senator says is that a child is murdered, the perpetrator is still on the loose, and what does the governor do? She targets law-abiding citizens with an unconstitutional gun order. And her response is, if it saves one life, then it's worth doing. Well,
cut
sure,
out everyone's tongue then.
Exactly.
Because
So,
words can kill. Go ahead, Tina.
And then the article just ends with since 2019, Lewin Grisham signed a raft of legislation that restricts access to guns, including a 2020 red flag law. I hate those that allow police or sheriff's deputies to ask a court to temporarily take away guns from people who might hurt themselves or others. An extension of background check requirements to nearly all private gun sales, and a ban on firearms possession for people under permanent protective orders for domestic violence.
So
I think
basically,
issues pretty much all
red
that.
flag laws stop Americans from owning firearms because I think you pointed out, take away guns from people who might hurt themselves or others. I think that's a pretty big or clear way of describing Americans, people who are capable of hurting themselves or others. You're not the smartest people, unfortunately. So much so, great example, you let women have an education. That's not a smart thing to do.
Yeah,
That's
but we were.
why the world is in chaos, because women are allowed to think and
But-
be in charge. This
but-
woman, Karen, is an example of that.
But we were smart enough to get away from England, or we'd really be screwed at this point.
Absolutely, yes. An Irishman rules America, and an Indian rules Britain.
It's working out, right?
No, you're living in a tent. Of course it's not working out.
No,
Or some prefab. Or you're homeless.
I'm in a kitchen, all right? I'm in a kitchen. No,
And
wait.
you call yourself a man.
You're such an asshole. Listen.
Get out of that kitchen.
Walton knows his place.
I can't. Real quick, I know it's off topic, but did you guys hear about the law that's being passed in California that can take children away from parents if they don't agree with their gender identity? When in the hell did kids rule the home? What? Like,
no, the government rules the home, Stephen. That's why they give power to children, so that the children can be their little informers to grass up the parents. This ruling divides the family, and that's exactly what progressives, such as communists in the past, did in order to gain power. The more people who leave California, the better, so that its political clout decreases and its electoral college seats decrease as well. Just go to the places, the states that have no one in them, so they get more seats, and California gets less. Of course, they'll get bluer, but purple states can be winnable. A deep blue state is unwinnable. Ever. That's my
That
take.
would be a cold day in hell before Illinois would ever go red. It's very sad.
So go to your neighbors. Go to the neighboring states.
Hey, wait a minute. It's possible. All we got to do is put a big wall around Chicago and do Escape from Chicago. We'll send in Snake Plissken and all that.
They'll climb over the walls like World War Z Ds. They're a very ravenous people. They're like a dark horde, a dark mist. They can block out the sun with their darkness. That's assuming they could fly, but they don't know how to make planes. They're not that smart. Or ships.
Lord.
Or civilization. But please go on.
Let's bring up the teacher article.
Oh, sure.
Let's do that one.
Got it bad. I'm Hopper teacher.
No doubt. Where were these teachers when we were growing up, Teach? Where were they?
Hey, I had one growing up. Yeah,
did you?
Did.
I even had to stay in recess once because I got in trouble, and I kind of laid on the floor acting like I was trying to get a book out from under the little shelf at the library, and I took a peek up the dress. Hell yeah.
So that's why you have two arseholes, Deej.
No. That was 5th grade. I already knew what the hell I was doing in 5th grade, damn it.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh, my goodness. Now, I was under the mistaken impression, I know I'm jumping ahead in the article, that the women on Onlyfans were better looking.
Yeah, this one's kind of bad. I don't even think Papa Cotton would go after this one.
It all depends. Papa likes some toxic like I do. So, but
this is a teenage hunter, folks. This is one who goes after those young teens, teenage men, and goes after them, gets them young. This woman should be locked up, in my view, because she works in the teaching profession. She shows her body online, and most of her target audience are people between the ages of 18 to 25. Let's just face it, she's nearing the wall, as it were, and she's trying to siphon every ounce of male energy from those young up and coming males. And yeah, thank goodness she hopefully she lost her job, and have her fucking in the kitchen cleaning stuff.
Yeah. Well, let's hear about this lovely human being here. So in Lake Havasu, Arizona, middle school science teacher who was fired after her students stumbled across her pornographic OnlyFans videos has been blocked from the platform. Samantha Peer, a former Thunderbolt middle school teacher, made graphic videos using the alias Chloe Carter. On November 14th, she resigned from her position after the school district became aware of her OnlyFans account. The Lake Havasu City Police Department said it investigated an anonymous tip about a Thunderbolt teacher engaging in pornography, and some of the images depicted her in a classroom type setting. The police said that in a statement, the images were presumably on Thunderbolt school property, and they were investigating whether any laws were broken. A day before her resignation, Pure posted a TikTok that her old TikTok was banned. She also turned to Twitter to advise her followers that the platform she was posting videos to was blocking her from posting any more videos.
I wonder why.
Yeah. So we find out later that when we reached out for comment, OnlyFans would not comment on specific accounts, but instead suggested looking at its policy that prohibits sexual content being produced in a public place. The policy prohibits users from uploading, posting, displaying, or publishing content on the platform that features sexual activities and was recorded or broadcast from a public place. Anyone breaching the acceptable use policy can be banned from OnlyFans. Pure did not respond to inquiries regarding the ban. When Pure's story went public, she released a statement admitting to creating content to make extra money on the side to pay for necessities that her salary and her husband's could not pay for. She's
How American of her.
When she created her account, she said she chose an alias and blocked the entire state of Arizona from accessing her account. Pure followed up with another statement 3 days later. The biggest concern that I've read was a lack of remorse, and I know this was a very big mistake. She said, "I never defended myself, saying that this was an okay thing to do. Looking back at it,
speak louder than words."
Yes, sir.
Exactly. Looking back at it, I would never do that again, but I'm a person and I do make mistakes too. Although this was a very big mistake, this isn't who I am, and it doesn't define who I will be in the future.
That's bullshit.
To me, that's the last mistake you're ever making, lady. Where's the rope? Where's the lamppost? We cannot allow your kind to run rampant, because once it's acceptable among women, it'll become acceptable among men, and then the infestation will be so much worse. It will be demonic.
You know, I don't have an issue with her doing OnlyFans. It's but you can't bring it in the classroom. Like that's
exactly.
Disgusting. That is disgusting.
That's the demonic aspect of it.
Right, but it's not like kids. It's not like teenagers don't masturbate. Someone wasn't going to find, Mrs. So and So from English class, whatever she was doing. Working on.
Should I get it? Should I get the lamppost ready for you, Stephen?
No. Listen. What I'm saying.
I'll get the premium rope.
What I'm saying is her activities outside of that of teaching. That's one thing, but bring it into a classroom. Like, how do you, that's depraved. That's someone who has been doing it for so long, or just feels like that they're above the law, that they can do anything.
She is a woman.
And is mixing a day job that it's highly important to have ethical and moral standards.
And seriously, block the entire state of Arizona. A VPN can just go right through that. It don't matter.
Right. Right. And you can't come around and say, this is not who I am. This is not what I do. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. You knew what you were doing. She didn't care.
That could be a mask, folks. I mean, look at the top of the hair. Not hair. At the top.
Look at them
It's a
teeth.
mask.
That's meth. All right. Them teeth are separating. All right. There's
Actually, I can make myself out to look just like her.
Deej, what? What?
Oh my God.
What the hell?
So that's what a racist looks like.
No,
You
that's
know,
what
I don't know
Momo
why,
looks
but I'm
like.
slightly turned on. I don't understand. What did I just see? What?
That's what Momo looks like. She looks just like Momo. She did the challenge.
Damn.
Frightening.
You keep wearing women's underwear right now.
Her face would make a good mask, though.
I'm not wearing any underwear,
I
Steven.
need to look closer at this. Hold on. That's, oh my God. Yeah, there's something going on there. She's looking for the one ring. You know, like how
she's had some adrenochrome.
Her body must be hot, and she must not.
Well,
it must
what
be
the hell was the name she was using again? I want to look it up and see if I can find one that maybe she had some makeup on. Maybe that helped.
That would be the point. It was Chloe Carter, Chloe with a K, so it's KHLOE. And I believe the Carter was also with a K. But let me check back in there.
If only she was
Chloe
called
Carter
Chloe Catherine Carter, you know, maybe KKK. Okay.
Nope, everything I'm looking at, no damn makeup except one where she's wearing cat ears. That's a little weird.
Her main appeal was.
Oh, wait a minute! I found one here. Here you go, Steven.
Go into Rogue Chat and ask the Oracle of OnlyFans if she's legit, because he would know.
This is family friendly, sort of. So, well, it's friendly for us.
All right.
There you go. There's what she looked like. Still not that good. No, she needs a damn cheeseburger.
She can't even feed two people.
I know.
Look how thin she is.
I know. She needs a damn cheeseburger.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with thin, but I mean, it needs more curves. You know, I mean, the hips are pretty non-existent. You know what I mean?
I forgot. This isn't a cannibal stream. No, she's very thin. She's very thin. Not enough curves. Her hair looks like a wig. Very unattractive.
Well, okay. You know what? Tina, would you point her out to Mr. Bojan?
Oh, wow, that's a tough one. I would say, in general, I would not point her out. He has a big thing for thigh highs and that kind of look. So maybe I might point it out. Yeah, but it's nothing I would, jump up and do. Hey, check her out. I might say, oh, does this one interest you?
All right, so
that's an enthusiastic recommendation.
Tina's calling this one a 5. That's a 5 in Tina's book. Okay.
Is Mr. Bojan's type strong, independent women with high education? Because if so, then that woman is really not for him.
I'm not looking for a hoe with a high education, Ryan. All right, I'm looking for toxic. All right, I'm looking for easily pliable and someone who's going to absolutely break my heart at some point in the future.
Are you Mr. Bojan, Stephen?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about Mr. Bojan. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, because he married and had kids with a highly educated, strong, independent woman.
Yeah, well, he's smart. I'm not smart.
No, that's not smart. That's terrifying.
Well, like most men, there are people that there are the women that you will marry, and then the women that you will do other things to, or at least a picture of. So, I mean, it's all
African Americans.
No, Andy.
Here today, gone tomorrow.
No, Andy. No, that's not.
Yes. No. You're a pagan man. Only on OnlyFans. He is a pagan man. Only on OnlyFans.
Some strange account liked a tweet that I put out the other day. I don't know who it was. And I just went to it because a hot chick. I'm gonna look, right? So I went and I looked, and it was like, porn, pegging. I was like, nope, done. No. That's not. Why is that coming up on my feed?
Now, forgive my modern culture ignorance. Is pegging just refer to a female straps on, or
Yeah.
does that include just okay? So it's not just a general term for, back tacos
Yeah,
and all
No,
that.
it's
Stephen's a
the chick
pagan
who
man, Bojan.
puts on a strap on and does her boyfriend, whoever, in the
See, he has experience with this.
No,
sort
I
of-
don't. What are you
You
talking
do.
about?
You
Oh
do.
my
You can't give him a hard time. I did ask the question, so
Yeah, I was answering, so I happen to know the answer.
Stephen
Okay?
likes having a hard time.
It was like this is how the coffee enema thing started. I did answer the question somebody asked, and then this is.
Why are you in a
I'm done
kitchen,
talking
Stephen?
about this. Done with this.
Why are you in a kitchen, Stephen?
Because outside you can hear the cars.
Why is a man in the kitchen?
But you know what? Men can cook. All right, I know how to cook.
No wonder America is fucking awful and in a chaotic state.
Go back to Wales, motherfucker.
No, but in all seriousness, ladies and gentlemen, I hope Stephen gets back on his feet. I hope he gets a house of his own. I hope Deej recovers from the Black Lives Matter virus. And I hope that Tina can have a great time with a great family of highly educated men with a highly educated female. And long may the Bojan line last. I have to go now and prepare for another show. I was just honing my offensive channel.
Tell everybody where you're heading to and what's going on.
I will be a guest of Hypnotic on Saturday Night Hypnosis in about 5 minutes. For the show will be 3 hours long, so I'm sure you will enjoy that. Rogue Attraction will be the special guest. He's a great guy, and he has that nice puppet. Yes, he has a puppet. Oh yes, that was the one you said smelled good.
You give him a hug, give an extra second. He was a good smelling man, and not in a gay way.
Stephen likes smelling men, and
no, that's not what I'm saying.
So, but until next time, ladies and gentlemen, you can find me at Ryan Rogerathe on YouTube and Twitter. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, and no other genders, binaries, tranny demons, full-blown AIDS demons, or they/them pronoun demons. Bye for now, folks. Bye.
See you later, Ryan. Have fun.
Bye.
Oh, then you put another racist up. Come on, man. There we go.
I hate everybody equal.
Well, that's good. Equality is what we're all looking for, right?
Equality, not equity. Equity is bullshit words.
Agreed.
And I just want to mention that there's also a bunch of streams going on. So if you're not going to head over and hang out with Ryan, Angela's Draven streaming wrestling right now. Those guys are having fun. Some of the road crews over there hanging out. Also, Itepakuin is going to be having a show later on tonight on his channel, and Scotty's The Dump is going to be coming on in about a half hour. So we're going to wrap up this last article.
Scotty's taking a dump in a half hour?
Scott's taking a dump in a half hour. That's what he does every week. He actually doesn't even run his shows. He just gets on the blatherskites and makes Tina do it. And other people.
Better.
He's such a lazy. I don't understand. This is why Dragonstorm's catching up to him. I'm going to take second place. Him being in culture, I'm taking second place because he's lazy. Damn it. No, but guys, some of us might be over there tonight, so if you will, please jump over. CJ, when are you doing tarot streams on the new channel? Well, I was going to have a show tonight with Immortal Coil on Ravenwolf, but I think we're doing it on his channel now. And the next show we have will be on Ravenwolf, and I'll do some tarot for you then. All right, CJ? Thank you for asking.
You'll have to join us soon, Zombie.
Yes.
All right, so our last article of the evening, just a little bit of an update here on our favorite MCU villain, Kang the Conqueror. And apparently Marvel has got itself prepped for the Johnathan Majors trials if things do not go well. So we'll just quickly read through this one. Marvel has been toying with its Fantastic Four casting for months, and nothing is yet to be confirmed. Doctor Doom is one of the biggest casting announcements from the film that would severely impact the MCU. Though Johnathan Majors is meant to portray the next big baddie, Kang the Conqueror, Doom matters far more, and a celebrated actor was offered the role before the industry strikes happened. The MCU Phases 5 and 6 plan is called the Multiverse Saga, and that is what most current properties have been dealing with. This saga is a means to an end for Avengers Secret Wars. From what we know about the film, it's based on the Jonathan Hickman version of the comic. Doctor Doom becomes supremely powerful in this version and transforms into God Emperor Doom. He sets out to destroy the multiverse, of which would make sense for the film meant to culminate the multiverse saga. The power of Doctor Doom leads to many versions of every character from many timelines coming together to stop the villain. Many actors have already been teased for the Avengers Secret Wars, which spans the Marvel and Fox produced films. However, none of this could happen without the inclusion of Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom is one of the most powerful beings, yada, 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 yada. But let's get to the point that the important part. Josh Hartnett was reportedly offered the role of Doctor Doom prior to the actor's strike. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I think he'll do a good job.
Who the hell
I
is
think
he?
he will too. But Majors is not going to be a Kang. Is that what we're saying?
They're saying that Jonathan Majors is currently in in all of the episodes of Loki season 2, and we will see at least 3 versions of Kang. So we already know we're going to see Victor Timely. That's the guy in the 1890s Chicago World's Fair character. And I guess we're going to see 2 other instances. And rumor has it that they have written and reshot an ending so that if the trial for Jonathan Majors, which is supposed to start this week, Thursday, I can't remember, if it goes south before the Loki season ends, they're going to switch and then play whatever final episodes will get rid of Jonathan Majors' character and bring in someone else playing the latest and greatest version of Kang. So
I'm looking
kind of
forward
scary.
to seeing Doom, and I want to see what characters they can bring from the multiverse into, some characters that we didn't get to see throughout the Infinity run. Which, so I am interested in the possibilities of what we might get. What about you? What do you think, Tina?
I'm definitely interested in seeing Doctor Doom. I was not a big Fantastic Four reader. I was more in the mystical arts type, so very Doctor Strange, Midnight Suns, Ghost Rider, that kind of end. But I know that he's a very popular character, and obviously, if they don't portray the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom well, it's going to be the end. Oh, thanks, Chad. But so I've, my fingers are crossed that Loki's going to be fantastic. All the trailers look great to me, and but agreed that if they don't do Doctor Doom well, we're in some serious trouble, because I'd almost
Any
feel
thoughts
like
on
it's
that?
their last chance.
The only thought I have is maybe Disney finally learned not to jump the gun and fire people before trials are over with. They just, like they did Depp.
Yes, that is a great thing. It does appear that Disney was pretty smart, and they've made no comment for a little while when the story was getting in the news a lot. They were advertising Quantumania being available for streaming, but they kept referring to Major's character as the villain or the bad guy. They weren't referring to his character name or obviously the actor's name at all. Now, because of the fact that they're promoting Loki, you can see Jonathan Majors in almost every trailer. I just worry about the fact that what's going to happen with the trial. It was supposed to already start this past week. It got delayed a week, and Loki's going to premiere 4 weeks from now. So, I mean, the trial shouldn't last that long. I mean, because it's basically a one-night incident, as far as I understand. So we should have a verdict. We might even have a verdict before the season premieres. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, I think that they'll probably try and sweep it. I think they'll try and put it away as fast as they can, as far as the trial goes. And unfortunately, I don't think that has anything to do with justice. I think it has to do with the skin tone involved. You don't want to add especially today's the narrative that the media and the the left half of our country wants to put out there. If there is an incident where someone, based on their skin tone or based on their their gender, that is protected by the far left is under threat, if that image is under threat, then they're going to sweep it as fast as they can. And I like how Deej brought up about, they don't want to fire someone too quickly until they, all the facts come out, or until the cases have reached a verdict, because the abuse that Johnny Depp went under, not only you have to understanding who Amber Heard is, the type of abusive personality she is, everything that he had to endure, and as far as the defamation of his character in public, but from public scrutiny, added to her getting off on what she had already done to him. I'm glad that eventually it came, that she got what she deserved in the end, but it's a shame that in these cases, sometimes the victim has to go through even more abuse before they find, before they find any kind of solace or any kind of closure in a situation. So, but either way, I hope that the case is just, all the facts are brought to light,
Right.
and we get a fair verdict, no matter what happened. So,
Absolutely agree. What do you think, Tej?
I'm trying not to think right now. The NyQuil's
Oh.
kicking in.
oh, is it?
Not a problem.
The best time
I
to
completely.
masturbate, so we're going to let you go. All right.
I'm not going to masturbate. What the hell?
I'm just saying it's the best time because you're drowsy, and it's like, try and beat it. That's a double pun too. So
I noticed that you're good at those double puns.
thank you.
Like you've had lots of practice.
I don't know where you're going with that, but okay, I'm going to act like it's a compliment. Thank you. No, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thanking everybody in the chat. Had a good time tonight, and honestly, I put this together on the fly. I've been doing a lot of work, but thank you to Tina for everything that you've done in helping to produce, and looking forward to seeing you on Wednesday or possibly tonight. Are you going to the dump tonight?
I'm heading on over. I don't know if I'm going to be doing more than producing, but we shall see who else shows up on the dump.
Cool. That's luck. Should be a lot of cool topics. I asked Scotty. Yeah, Deej, not wait until the stream's over, bro.
Oh, after the stream. I'm sorry.
After. Oh my God, Deej, what are you getting into? What do you? Anything you want to promote or talk about?
No. I only have a few more days left before I'm going to get stuck out in the fields every day. So all you're going to do is get farm life videos of me ranting out in the tractor. So I'm trying to rest up now. Luckily, the shit hit me before that, so I won't miss any time out there. But
that is good.
Yeah. All right. Excellent. Well, real quick before we head out, I wanted to let everybody know that I'm actually going to be putting out volumes 2 and 3. So I'm going to do a trilogy. Volume 2 is going. The Phantom Menace Volume 2 is going to be testimonials from people who lived through that time, that experience. People like Han Star, Vinny Art, Nerdrotic, DJ Odyssey, Lord Callus, Abu Nas, and many others. Volume 3 I'm going to put out next year, but I'm going to send Volume 3 to everyone who backed Volume 2 as a thank you for waiting so long. And they're going to be the first people that get Volume 3. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who's backed it and had to wait. I had to some things happen in life, and now everything's getting back on track. So I'm going to finish this book, send it out to you guys as soon as I can, and hopefully that's going to be before the end of the year. I'm back up north, so I've got the printer that I worked with before. I'm going to get a hold of Nick Nugent, who is the cover artist for the Phantom Menace volumes, and get working on a cover for 3. And I'll give you guys another update as soon as I can. I got a great team of people who are offering to help edit this book with me. Immortal Coil, Tina's offered a service, Slender Dad offered a service. So this is going to be it's a little bit of a rogue a friend team effort. So I'm really thankful to have the support that I do. Everyone in the chat, people that have come through that have been a part of Rogue in the past, people who are part of it now. Please remember to support your independent creators because it really does mean a lot. And thank you guys. I appreciate you. Can I reach out to Jessie? Jessie Milestone has a small bit. Actually, she has a bit. I asked her to talk about the way that Jews are treated in Hollywood. And so she spoke a little bit about that. I've got a segment of that. The opening for Volume 2 is going to be from John Talks. He's actually had some good insight that he wanted to impart when he was John Talks Star Wars. A lot of wonderful people that are a part of this book, and I can't wait to present it to you guys. So I'm going to make sure it is worthy of the wait and worthy of who we were as the Fandom Menace. So thank you guys very much. Anybody else want to promote anything before we head out?
I don't have much going on. Like I said, let's hit Sporky News podcast later on this evening. Otherwise, there's ETEP to go visit later on tonight. The That's Talking guys are going to be on as usual. I can't even think who else. You mentioned somebody else has a stream tonight besides
Angela Straven streaming wrestling right now.
Angela Straven, yes, that's right. That's right. So lots to choose from, lots of people in the community to support. So please do that.
Yep. And all right. Thank you guys very much for being here. And let's see. I am author Stephen Walton, the Fandom Menace historian, your historian born in the chats with my brothers and sisters, fighting for our modern mythologies. Wash your hands, wash your ass, be good to each other. You suffer no fools. Peace.